Bienvenido, raza, a Puro Potente, where everything we talk is potente. The past, the present, and the future. Q, how have you been, man?
Good man. It's been a slow week getting back to work, man. After taking a few days off for the events of last weekend, I am currently at the Prospect Center here in San Antonio.
Where are you at?
I'm out in the concourse area, man. It's a Bad Omens concert tonight here in San Antonio, and we just had to come check out Bad Omens, man. Noah Sebastian doing his thing up there. Right now, we've got like you know, the opening acts going on right now. I don't know if you can hear him in the AirPods. I got the noise cancellation on, so
We
hopefully
don't
it's
hear it.
not bleeding through, but it's pretty loud over here right now. But yeah, man, just hanging out, man, having a good time, waiting for Bad Omens to get up there. Oh, I just spent about $220 at the merch table too. All I got was two hoodies and a T-shirt, man. $220, it's
Yeah, well, you're
crazy.
gonna have to go back to Kickapoo and see if you can win some money.
That's tomorrow night.
That's tomorrow night, cabrón. Yeah. Hey, the money you're spending there, you better hope you make it back.
That's the plan, man.
Oh, well, mira, suerte.
Yeah.
Vamos a decir, we got Luis Garcia here. Let's see what we got. We'll take our first one. Luis Garcia, saludos amigo potente, watching from la casita Garciasville, Texas, small ranch. Saludos Luis de parte de tus
Saludos,
amigos
bro.
de Potente. Q, it's been a long time since we've been downtown San Antonio, man. And
Yeah, man.
I love the energy. Talk to me. How did you feel
A,
about the show?
Oh well, first of all, they got all that construction going on down there.
Oh
That was
shit.
a big no go for me. But all that aside, man, I hadn't been down there in such a long time, man. It was really good to go out there and put a performance on for all the fans out there in San Antonio and all the fans that made the trip for the TTMA fanfare. It was a pleasure to be up there, and I mean, I was honored, man, to be up there. It was kind of surreal for me, you know. I just kept looking out there and thinking, man, if it were one person or 100 people or 1,000 people, it wouldn't matter, man, because I was just
It
happy to
wouldn't
be there.
matter, no?
And so I kept telling Lace, yes, that earlier that in the day, I kept telling Lace, I don't know, I don't know if we're gonna ever do this again. I mean, we're all getting older, and you never know, things change from one year to the next.
Of course.
So if we don't get the opportunity to do it again, I just want to kind of leave it all on the table. So I just went out there and just had a good time, man, and it just felt really comfortable up there.
We got Slick Rick, boy. Say tuning in. What's
Yeah,
up,
¿qué
Rick?
onda,
Thank you for
bro?
tuning in, my brother.
How you doing,
Tejano to
brother?
the bone.
Yeah,
No, I really enjoyed it. Like I said, it was a lot of energy. It was exciting after 30 years of not being downtown San Antonio performing for in that environment, in the TTMA environment. It was wonderful. I think it was a success overall. La Raza looked like they had a good time. Toda la Raza, they were supporting all the bands. That was a good thing. I know they cut the event short, a few hours on Sunday because of that
yeah, I
wind
saw
that
that.
came in. So I think that was a good idea. I think that was a good idea by Bino and the crew to go ahead and call it. Rosemary says, saludos, saludos,
Rosemary,
Rosemary. Thank you
saludos.
for
Good
tuning in.
evening,
Rick says we did a
Rick.
great job, man. Thank you, bro.
Thank you,
Thank you for
brother.
sticking around
Appreciate it,
for.
man.
I know you're getting to multiple stages, so the media needs to start a little bit there. They started on ours, Rick, and they moved over to whoever was across. I don't remember. It was supposed to be Ricardo Castellon then. I mean, I don't know who. They switched up the lineup over there, but whoever
Yeah, I
was
think
over
they
there.
did. Yeah,
Yeah, but thanks, Rick. Thank you for tuning in, for
appreciate
giving
it,
me
brother.
interviewing me at Radio Gala. I appreciate it. Rosie, saludos. Want to mandar
Roseria.
saludos to Rosie and Heather. They're the ones who pass me artists. They're wonderful. They help me. Rosie helps me with Potente, doing what she can on her end. I appreciate it, Rosie. Thank you, and we look forward to working with you and all your artists in the future. Mom says, "Hey guys, tune in from Orange Grove. Oh my God, I'm still recovering from last Friday night. It was amazing. You guys put on an awesome show. Super proud. Thank you, Mom. Appreciate it.
Thank you, mom. I love
Appreciate
you.
everything that you do for us." Yeah, Q. Then we went to Seguin. How was that?
The Seguin deal was well, that was we had the lights set up there earlier in the day. It was a very busy day, man. All the way going back to a Wednesday night. So I worked Wednesday night, and then Thursday I hung out with my daughter Alex, and then I went to work Thursday night, and then Friday, I had things to do in the morning. We had to be in Seguin by 11 o'clock, 11:30 to set up the lights because we were going to go to Seguin after the TTMA. So it was a long 3 day stretch for me. So when I got home on Friday night, Saturday morning, my aircraft's out. I was out for like 8 hours, which is like twice as long as I normally sleep. So that's a long time for me. But the but the Seguin gig was good, man. I'd never seen Conjunto Diferencia, man. I got to meet those guys, man, and say hi to them.
Yep.
Excuse me. I appreciate them giving us the opportunity, to perform that night. Like I said, it was a long day, and so I'm sure the guys were exhausted as well after a long day
They
out
performed
San
that day
Antonio,
like
man.
four
But
times.
yeah, those guys, man, he was showing me. So this is if you don't know accordionist, man. So when you play the accordion, your air side, your strap side, man. If you play long enough or hard enough, you pull that box long enough, you get a bruise right across your wrist on the inside of your arm. And man, that thing can hurt and swell up. I know for me, it just swells up. It doesn't really bruise. It has bruised in the past, but it generally just swells up. And I'm like that for 2 or 3 days. The swelling goes down, but it's very tender. Man, I looked at Johnny's arm, man. He had a big old bruise
Already.
right there, man. So I was like, dude, I understand. I know
He
exactly what that's
still
from,
had to
man.
play. He still had to play Sunday,
That's
or
right. He had to
Saturday
go
and
out there the
Sunday. I'm
next
like,
day, man. Do his
man.
thing.
Saludos, La Joya. Thank you for tuning in. Hola, Potente. Hola,
Hola,
La Joya.
hola.
Thank you for tuning in. We got Rick says, can't wait till y'all come to Dallas. We were going to be in the Dallas area. So,
Sure
players,
will.
April 18th.
There you go.
So, we're going to have Tejano on the Bone in the house, TJ Whataburger,
Right
Rosemary. I don't know
on.
if you're going to make it out there, but we're going to be out there. I already told you. You go in for free.
That's right.
We're going to leave your
That's
name at
right.
the door. Don't worry about it.
We already got you on that one.
And we got the t-shirt for you too. We told you that. We're
That's
going to
right.
hold to it. Hey, where's J-Rod? I don't know.
Oh, hasta la preguntas necias, ya sabes.
He didn't
Out and
make it
about.
today. I don't know, so we'll see. I was hoping he'd come on, but he might have prior engagements. I don't know.
Yeah, we'll get with him later.
Yeah. We got Joe Gonzalez. Saludos,
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 Joe.
Joe.
What's up, brother? It's good seeing you, man.
Likewise, brother. ¿Qué te iba a decir? No, like I said, I was very emotional about the whole gig. It had been a long time since we've been in that environment. I want to thank, starting with Royal Sonnen. He's the guy who got us in there from Tejano Live Radio. Thank you. Shout out to Vicky V and all the Tejano Live Radio crew. También Santiago Cavazos. He's the guy who got us hooked up with Roy. HP Promotions, Hilda. Thank you for taking me around Thursday at the radio gala. It's something I had never really experienced like that. So she helped me, and it means a lot. La Joya también. She was there. What do you call it? Helping us out. I got to do an interview with her. So shout out to them. Johnny J. Thank you for giving us the opportunity to perform there at Seguin with you guys, and también for Bino G and all of the TTMA administration, the people who go into picking the bands. Thank you for giving us an opportunity to showcase our talent, and I hope the next year we can do it again, Q. I know because you enjoyed it, so
Oh, yeah.
hopefully
Ojalá,
we can
man.
do it
Ojalá que
again.
se haga.
Christina, sup?
Tina, hi,
How you
oh,
doing?
hey.
Christina G, we played at her birthday party some weeks ago. It was a blast. I hadn't seen
Yeah,
Tony in forever. I got to see Tony, so I was like, man, that was awesome. Even though it was just a quick hi and bye, but just to see him, man, somebody's doing good things. I'm glad to see that he's still doing what he loves to do. Joe Gonzalez says, it was good seeing you guys, man. Thank you for sticking around on the
yeah,
show,
no,
brother. We
man.
really appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the only thing that I kind of I regret was the fact that we had to go to Seguin
We had
so
to
soon
leave.
after, and I didn't have really have a whole lot of time to pack up all my stuff. We don't have a road crew, man. We do everything on our own, right?
Do it
So
ourselves.
I'm
Right.
trying to get my wireless put up and make sure nothing gets lost or left behind.
That's right.
I cracked my phone that night because it was on my tripod and it blew over with the wind. Cracked the screen protector, broke my tripod. So I was missing. I didn't have my set list right there in front of me, but I didn't have much time afterward to kind of. There was a couple of people that wanted autographs. I signed what I could, took some pictures there, but I didn't have as much time as I would like to have had to kind of interact with the crowd afterwards. But if it's all good, man, hopefully we'll be out there again, and pues
Yes, it'd be great.
they'll come out again. I know there was a guy I met from, I believe he said from, I don't know if he said Idaho or Iowa maybe.
Oh, cabrón.
No, maybe Idaho. I don't, no me acuerdo, man. But this guy says, man, I remember seeing you guys in 1996 at the Tejano Music Awards at the Alamo Dome. And he pulls up the video from there. I was like, he said, you remember this? I was like, man, what? He said, I was waiting for you guys to get down. And, and I was like, no, hombre, si nos acostamos, no nos levantamos, bro.
No
So,
shit.
but it was good seeing
I
him
want
out
to
there,
shout
man.
out to Buddy from the DFW. Man, it was good to see you, man. I got to see Buddy Thursday, and then he put us on it's Tejano time. And I don't know if you saw it. I posted it. What do you call it? And he was doing like an interview with Bino the day after after the event, and he put a clip of us playing. I said, "Thank you, buddy, for doing that.
Yeah,
It means a lot,
appreciate
bro.
it,
Thank
man.
you for sticking around
Thank you.
and doing that for us. We really appreciate it." And yes, I we're gonna great seeing you at Fanfare, man. We're gonna be in the Dallas area. Players, I don't know if that's where
Yeah,
you go, you do, but we're gonna be there. Okay, la invitación está aquí.
yes, sir.
Santiago, thank you, my friend. Thank you
Hola,
so
Santiago,
much.
¿cómo
Thank
estás,
you for
bro?
tuning in. Thank you for getting us hooked up with Roy and Sonnen. It's because of you guys. It's why we were there and we could perform. And I mean, I had a great performance and a great time. Thank you guys so much. All right. Today we did our 10 to 12 minutes of Potente. Now we have a special guest. And Q and I were talking about this. Q doesn't know too many of the artists because he does his own thing. So I take care of this. And I said, oh, this is a good one. I said, this one is going to be a pleasure having her on. I said, she's doing us more the favor than we're doing her the favor. Ladies and gentlemen, Monica Saldivar. Hello,
Hey
Monica.
everyone!
Saludos.
How's it
Thanks for
going?
joining us. We appreciate it. It's an honor.
Well, thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
No, no problem. Like I said, we're telling everyone we're more honored to have you than the other way around because like I said, you didn't know you said I said, oh, just wait till you hear this one, wait till you hear these videos and wait to hear the voice on this one. Monica, I saw a couple of videos of your performance as usual, voice top notch, everything. Tell me
Thank
how was
you.
your experience there at Fanfare from your point of view?
This year was amazing. Ultimately, I've always enjoyed fanfare since even before I started performing because I've been to fanfares like since I was a little kid. That was just kind of something we would always do. It's a family tradition. And so when I started performing and kind of just doing my thing as a track singer, it's different when you start off as a track singer than it is when you have a band. So I've gotten to see it from the spectator to the track singer to the band. So, I've had a very interesting journey through that whole experience, but this year was really awesome. We got to see a lot of people come out and a lot of people support some of, the some of the bands that have been around, but also the new and upcoming artists as well. And so I get really excited when I see new artists that are coming out there and doing their thing because it kind of reminds me of like my journey.
Mhm.
So I enjoyed it. I had a really good time. This is the year that I got 3 Tejano Music Awards. So
That's
been super
awesome.
excited about
Congratulations.
that.
That's awesome.
Yes. And
Congratulations.
so my band and I, we were celebrating and having a good time.
Well, you're deserving of it. Like I said, I tell Q, he doesn't know too many, but I tell him who are the well, the people that I think, it's my opinion, are very,
Yeah.
very good artists. We have our opinions of who we think is who, and whatever. But I told him, I said, yes, this. I said, I've seen you do the national anthems there at the
Yeah.
in Dallas.
Yeah.
You didn't know
I
that. I said,
do.
oh yeah,
So all over DFW. So lately it's been the Mavericks, the
the
Dallas
Mavericks.
Stars.
Yeah.
Every now and then I'll do the Texas Rangers. The only one that I don't do is the Cowboys, and it's because they have a trumpet or a bugle player. So they have
Okay,
somebody already on contract. And
I
I'm
got you.
like, just give me a chance.
No shit.
Well, so when he told me that earlier, he said like, well, she does, Mavericks games, she does the national anthem. I said, man, that everybody knows. Anybody who's a singer or in the industry knows that that's not an easy task. That's
Oh
No.
that's very
no.
challenging,
Mm.
especially in a sports arena or something like that, where
Yep.
I mean, you really got to be locked in. So I was like, man, if she's doing that, man, then she's got to be good.
Oh, well,
Oh yeah,
thank you. But like
you
once
ought to
the
see
light
it.
comes on, it's like, it's
Hey,
just
you gotta show out. No
you
shit.
have to be ready at that point. There's no turning
Yeah,
back. And so
that's right.
thankfully, by the grace of God, every single time, it's just been a blessing for sure.
Let me
That's
ask
awesome.
you a question on that. How do you do when you're going to sing the national anthem? Because I know I've heard a lot of people and seen a lot of people. Do you know like a tuning key or something that you already know what key you're going to sing it in, or do you just go you or is that how you do it?
So I typically am the person, I'm never the person that goes, or anything like that. I have my
Yes.
little keyboard or my little
Yeah,
piano on
just let you
my
know.
phone, right? And so
Yes,
I know what pitch I'm going to start off with. But
that's it.
because I've done it over the years so many times, I remember the tone. But I'm one of the most annoying people when you see me before the national anthem. I am the one that is walking around just humming it over and over, going over the words, and
Nice.
I tell people that because they ask me all the time. They're like, "Do you get nervous at all?" And I'm like, "Of course I get nervous because you never know what's going to happen."
Yeah.
Right.
Whenever we do the national anthem or I say we, whenever I do the national anthem for the Mavericks or the Stars, a lot of the people when they get to the word stars, they'll go stars like really, really loud. And so if
Oh
you're not
yeah.
prepared for that, it's like, okay, like,
The reason why I ask you because I've seen some, and not experienced vocalists or singers, but young ones. I've seen it like in the town or small little events, real small little events, and they're nervous, and they'll start out too high. So and the
yeah,
rocket, by the time they get there, they can't. I mean, it's way too high. So if
Toast.
I'm gonna sing it, I always go. And the rocket's red. If I can hit it there, then Jose, and that's how. Because I'm never gonna sing it exactly, but it's gonna be close.
right.
That's how I do it. Because if I can hit the loudest, the highest note, then I know I'm good. Now I just gotta
Then
follow it.
you're settled.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm good. It doesn't matter how nervous I am because some notes, some nights you're a little bit better. Some nights you can hit those pitches better than others. But if you know you just hit it, then start te afinas de esa nota. And I was wondering
Yeah.
what your process is because I'm quite sure everybody has a different process. Monica, we got something here. Slick Rick says, I wish I could get a picture of Monica. She always turns me down. You see this? Come on. That can't be
Whatever.
true.
He's a liar. No, I'm kidding. Love you, Slick Rick. Thank you so much. He was by my stage whenever I was performing as well. So I was super
Excellent.
excited to see him. Slick Rick has been around since the very beginning, guys. Like he's been there since I was a track singer and a lot of different things. So he's been one of my friends for many, many years. So shout out
That's
to him
awesome.
as well.
I was gonna say, I know this can't be true. Salute to Lawrence, brother. When y'all set that date, man, and y'all gonna do that final show, let us know, Q. There,
Yeah, I
Lawrence is gonna
saw
be
that.
calling it.
I I did see that, man. Yeah. So yeah,
So
whenever.
I want to see if we're not performing. I'd like to go out there and
Yeah, absolutely,
perform
man.
some songs with him. Okay.
Absolutely, man. That'd be great.
What do we got here? Luis Garcia, Monica Saldivar, your performance was awesome. Love it, amiga. Look at that.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you so much.
Dice aquí Joe Gonzalez. Saludos, Mónica.
Hey, Joe. How's it going?
Joe Gonzalez says Anthony has some good dance moves. I don't know if they're good, but you know what? I tell you one thing. When I'm in the move in the groove, I'm going with it. I don't care. I'm going with the flow.
He's like, everybody out of the way. This is my
Yeah.
time.
Hey, hey, we had one of my friends helping me out, right, on the bajo. Because when I'm playing, I like to sometimes just sing. Then I don't want to be
Yeah,
playing because I want you know this because you're a vocalist. You don't play an instrument. The connection that you have and you feel with the crowd is much different when you're just singing than when you have to be playing and singing. So I have
yeah.
another guy, and I said, "Hey, man, help me out. Yeah, yeah, help me out." I said, "Okay, you stand right there and don't move because if you do, I don't want to hit you when I swing or turn around." Okay?
Yeah,
Exactly,
no.
Oh,
man.
Nobody wants
hey,
to see me playing keys. I know very basic chords and that's it. I teach beginner piano and vocal teaching as well, but it's like I tell my band members all the time cuz they're like get on the show, like play. I'm like, "No, cuz I want to move around. I'm the same way.
yes.
If I'm not moving, there's something wrong. I either lost my breath or, whatever."
He knows this when I that's why I like everything wireless because when I feel especially if okay the beginning of the performance everybody's energetic but then all of a sudden you know this comes if you're doing a longer set there comes a part in there where it slows down and you can feel
Yeah.
the energy drop and I have to reposition but if I can't reposition I'm stuck in front of a mic I mean, you're killing me. I need to
Yeah.
be moving to build the energy. I feel it. Oh, energy is going down, so I got to start moving and to build the energy. So I know where you're coming from with that. I'm the same way.
Yeah.
What does it say right here? Alicia Alonso. I saw Monica last night at Epic Central. She was great. I
Oh,
didn't get.
thank
I
you.
saw a
Thank you
little
so
bit of
much.
it just on there, but it doesn't matter. Every time I see you, you sing great. It doesn't matter. And Q's about to find out right now. Q's about to
Yeah,
find.
well, let's get to it,
Well,
man. I want to hear
He's
yeah,
like,
I know.
hopefully before the concert starts,
No,
like,
no, hey, he's gonna be here. Hey, he's more
I'm
intrigued.
sticking his.
Monica, talk to me about this song, Dulce Venganza. Where did it come from? Whose song is it? Talk to me.
All right, so Dulce Venganza is my first original mariachi song. I've had mariachi songs before, but it was part of a project.
Yes.
It was written by Ivan Puente and Eduardo Yayonguiano. It was produced by Carlos Alvarez and El Güero Hernandez. And so Dulce Venganza, Sweet Revenge, right? So it starts off really, really like you hurt me, but you're gonna get yours kind of thing. And the person that I sang this about, no, I'm kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Does
But
this song really fit
ultimately,
you, or is it just one you liked?
oh no, like what's funny is my songwriters, once they send me things, I'm like, it's like they know what I'm going through in life, you know? So any of the songs that I've sang, I have some type of experience with it. And I was going through a really crappy end of a relationship, and my Yayo sent it to us, and I was like, dude, I was
Dude.
like, you can't
Como
be serious right
sabías?
now. So I'm in the recording studio, and I'm getting into it, and my friend that does she does engineering, so she recorded my voice. So shout out to Vanessa Ayala, who was a part of the project as well.
Amazing.
I I was singing it, and she was like, you can put a little bit more into it. She's like, you can, she's like, and she knew the whole situation. She's like, this guy did you wrong. So put your heart and soul into it. I was like, okay, enough said, enough said. And, I was really excited to do something mariachi because it's always cumbia or rancheras or, baladas, but I wanted something like this. Because obviously my role models are Stephanie Montiel, Shelly Lares, Dalida Reina. And so I was like, I want my own duele. I want my own version of a song that's going to speak to so many different people, female or male. And so this is what came about. So,
I love that mentality. You want to make your own. That's what I think we need more of in the younger artists. Said, you know what? With those females that you just said their names. Those are some of the best to ever do it. But
yeah.
Monica Saldivar is now. You know what? We need Monica Saldivar to now. Those are what were, and we're gonna see the one Shelly Lares. But Q, I'm not gonna stop talking. I'm gonna give Dulce Venganza so you can hear it. Okay, here you go, guys.
Let's
Monica
do it.
Saldivar with Dulce Venganza.
estando del otro lado. Un día te dije, me las tengo que cobrar. ¿O que creíste que lo había olvidado? Solo esperaba el momento de atacar. Tú me fallaste cuando yo más te adoraba y me rompiste para siempre el corazón y me dejaste sin ningún buen sentimiento. Ahora me toca ver que sufras de dolor. Dulce venganza he cocinado a fuego lento. Qué bien se siente regresar de la traición. Cuando pensaste que te había perdonado, solo fingía, fue parte de mi tu acción. Dulce venganza que mi alma envenena y no me importa, ay qué rico es el sabor. Quiero que llores y te ahogues con la pena. Si hago mal, pues que me perdone Dios. Dulce venganza he cocinado a fuego lento. Qué bien se siente regresar de la traición. Cuando pensaste que te había perdonado, solo fingía, fue parte de mi tu acción. Dulce venganza que mi alma envenena y no me importa, ay qué rico es el sabor. Quiero que llores y te ahogues con la pena. Si hago mal, pues que me perdone Dios.
Q, how did you like those pipes and the clarity of that voice?
Very nice, very nice. I had issues with my AirPods, and I was like, "Oh no, no, God, on your mouth, turn
Don't
this
mess up on me
thing
now.
No, I said, I told you, I said, this one can sing.
down." Very nice, very well done. Very much
Congratulations.
enjoyed
Very,
it.
very
Yeah.
good job. Like every single song that you do. Like I said, when you got those type of pipes and that clarity in your voice, well, it doesn't really matter what song you're singing. It's gonna be delivered well. That's why, yeah, I gotta see. I'm reading all the comments. Obviously, you did a great job. Congratulations on that song, Monica.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
What do we got here? Wow, girl, you really did that. Love it. Rosemary.
Thank you.
Where's my mom have to
Awesome.
say
Wow,
about it?
wow,
Wow,
beautiful
beautiful
voice.
voice,
Very
very
nice.
powerful. No
Ah,
shit.
thanks, Mom.
Uh,
Appreciate it.
I saw Perez, Richard Perez, Ricardo Perez. What's up, Potente? What's going on, brother? I saw también Juan
Yes,
Mendoza from Tejano
we got
TV.
Richard Pettis in the
Saludos, brother.
house. and Juan Mendoza.
Yeah, Tejano TV,
Saludos
man.
from
Yep.
Tejano
Hello.
TV.
What's
Hello,
up, bro?
Monica. And we're gonna go ahead and put Rick. We know Rick's a fan of yours, so we're gonna go ahead and put his comment up again. Monica, you did an
I
amazing
saw
job
it
with
pop up. I
fanfare.
was like, what buzz? I would love a buzz.
And always tell your mom and dad you keep better, you keep getting better and better. Keep doing what you're doing. The sky's the limit. I still want to go on your bus when you get it. There you go.
Uh, you'll be the
Sweet
first
Rick.
one. You'll
I
be
was
the
about to
first
say,
one to
You
know.
you
got
better
that.
be
I
the
need a
first
driver, so come on,
one.
man.
No, that's great. Like I said, it was a very good song. I know we're a little bit chronologically out of order, and I know you have spoken a little bit about. You spoke a little bit about being a track singer, and then now doing what you do in a full band. What got you into the music? I mean, I know you said your family does it, but what got you going? What did your mother and father influence you, push you that way, or how did that happen?
So I've been singing since I was in seventh grade, and I've been classically trained since I was little. But I did a lot of different genres. So how you say that Q likes all these different genres and stuff, I'm the same way. So when I first started singing, I was singing choral music for choir, right, and doing all these competitions and everything like that. But I loved all different types of music: rock, R&B, soul, pop, country, mariachi, salsa. Like I loved all different kinds of music. And so when I was growing up, one of the things that I never wanted to do was put myself in a box in one specific category, because I didn't want to limit the things that I wanted to do, you know? And so when I started listening to Tejano music, because ultimately at a young age, I grew up a little bit more Americanized. So I was around a lot of different cultures, but not my own. I didn't really have a lot of people that I hung out with that were Spanish speaking or like really, influenced in the culture. And it wasn't until I got older that I realized, like, okay, being Mexican is a great thing, and the music is amazing, and the food is fantastic, but nobody really like gets into it until they really dive deep into the culture. My brother, so shout out to Joey, who really encouraged me to get into Tejano music, because ultimately my brother is the one that would go and he would take pictures of the Tres Divas together. And, I have a cousin that also performed Veronica Sustaita with Veronica y Avance. And, so I looked up to her a lot growing up. But I kind of wanted to do my own thing at the beginning. So I started off as a track singer and did a lot of different genres. But ultimately, when you're a track singer, you get this, like, I don't know, like this representation or like this uh, reputation of like, you're not a serious singer, you're a
You're
karaoke
karaoke.
singer.
Yeah, I know.
And for the longest time, I would be so mad because I'm like, but I can do it.
Yeah, yeah.
I know I can do it. Like, just give me a chance, And so, Tejano Idol came out, and so my parents were like, just try it out. If you win, awesome. If you don't, then we can still have you perform here and there. And my parents, they weren't in the industry at all. My mom, she worked for an office job, and my dad was a mailman. And so it's kind of funny how God works and provides the tools and the guidance for you to actually, do this as a family. So dad became manager, my mom became my, emotional support, as well as merch and bookkeeping and everything like that. And my brother handled the social media and the videos and the pictures and all the stuff that you have to really put
Awesome.
yourself out there.
Right.
The first time that I did Tejano Idol, I didn't win. I was a part of like the top 3. And then I came back in 2015 and I won the competition. And from that competition, I got to work with Mario Ortiz. And he is the producer of Este Dolor. That was my very first single. And when I first started working with Mario, he was like, okay, so what do you want your sound to sound like? Like, what is it that you want to come out with? He's like, this single has to be your introduction to who you are as an artist and everything like that. And I was like, I already knew that I wanted to work with him, and I already knew which songwriter I wanted to work with, and that was Juan Trevino. And Juan
Yeah.
Trevino was the one that wrote Este Dolor. And so from there it started taking off, and like I said, God is good, and because of that single I started getting more into the genre. I had always loved, like I said, the Tres Divas. Shelly was the one that really believed in me from the very beginning. And it's crazy to say that I didn't go from like being a fan to being best friends with her. I, ultimately like was a fan. She mentored me from the very beginning, and then she became my sister. So it's one of those things that I'm just like, whew, I can't even believe it, So Shelly poured into me a lot, Stephanie as well, and then later on Elida.
When
And
you released that first single, how old were you?
I want to say 18 or 19 years old. So
Okay.
it's been some time.
And let me ask you this, because you were talking about that, was it Mario that was working with you? Was his name,
Yeah.
right? Okay,
Hmm.
you were saying that he was trying to tell you, he was trying to get you the what that first single, he wanted to capture who you were at 18 years old. Let me ask you, because I know the answer for me, and it could be very different for you. At 18 years old versus how your age today, do you feel that you've grown? Have you changed in your music from that first single? And or what changes do you see, and why did those changes come about?
There has been some significant drastic changes, and it's not in the sense of like just the music alone. As a person in the industry, as a woman in the industry, it's one of those things that at the beginning of it all, you go in and you're so like green, you want to like do everything and talk to everybody and be there and like just just have all this energy of like wanting to do all of the things. But I think I don't want to say our industry, just our industry. I think in general, every type of music business will see that and will eat that alive. And so there has to be some guidance. There has to be some groundwork to make sure that you're going in the right avenues and not crossing paths that you don't want to cross. As a woman, in this industry, and Shelly was like a big part of helping me, to be stronger in it. We get taken advantage of in so many different ways, and that's not just musically, and it's not just professionally. So many different relationships that you feel like you're creating, and then all of a sudden it turns into something completely different. And so I'm so thankful, by the grace of God, that I've had my family with me. If you see me but you don't see them, there's something wrong, because my family is always with me 100% all the time. And so they've kept me grounded and they've kept me safe and secured. We've never made a decision where I felt like I was alone in it or by myself. And so I think that was the one thing that really kept me in the right place, if that makes sense. And not to hate on anybody and their paths, because everybody has their different ways of going. But I
Yes.
think that when I first started off in this industry, I was so blinded by, oh my gosh, I'm working with this person. Oh my gosh, I'm getting to work with this person. And
Yep.
then I had to realize that because I'm new, because I'm a woman, and because I'm so eager and excited, that these are all like targets. Like you have to kind of make sure, okay, yeah, we're excited, but we have to be here. We're excited to work with this person, but we also have to remember like they're a person too, you know?
Okay,
And so
so
I think that shaped everything.
I agree with you, and I'd like to add or just express that that is not unique to your gender because, and then I'm not downplaying that in any way. I'm just
No, of
saying
course not.
that when we got into this industry, I was 14, 15 years old, and people are eager to take advantage of people at that age too. So
Of course.
you're spot on when you say it's very important to have a support system in place that's looking from the outside in a different perspective and taking care of you and guiding you and making sure that you think about, because as we're so eager to get into it, like, oh, I'm so excited to do this. Oh, I want to get into the studio. Oh, Freddie Records, that's who Ramoniala recorded. That's
Yeah.
who the Chamacos recorded. I want to go work over there, and that's all great. It's great to be excited about that, but you have to have somebody taking care of you and looking out for your best interest. So So kudos to you for having that support system, man, because it's very important, man. It really is. That's awesome.
Yes, thank you. Yeah, no, it's not just specific to women, but I
No,
think whenever I came in at the time that I came in, there wasn't a lot of us that were
no,
being taken seriously.
that's right.
And
Yeah.
so whenever I came into the industry, I wasn't the type of person to sit there and like show off. It was mostly just my voice. I just wanted people to take me seriously for my vocal ability,
Talent, yes.
but I would get comments like, "Oh, well, you need to dress like this person, or you need to show more skin, or you need to do this, or you need to do that. You need to change your hair color. You're getting kind of big. You need to kind of lose weight." And till this day, I'm like, "Sir, I'm in my 30s, like early 30s, but literally, give me a little bit. Like, we
Ay,
can't
ay,
take
ay.
it forever, you know."
I
So
Yeah.
will tell you this: when you can sing the way you can sing, it masks all that. It really does. My dad used to say it: "El que canta bien, you don't need anything else." That right there is like 75% of it. The rest of it, yes, it's like icing on the cake. But when not everybody can sing like that, and when you can sing with those type of pipes and that clean and clear, like I said, that's why, in my opinion, of the artists around your age, you're the leader of the pack, so to speak, and you've been that way because you're referencing Elida and Shelly Lares and Stephanie Montiel. Stephanie Montiel is my favorite, by the way, of
oh
all those.
yeah. Oh, absolutely. She's
Okay,
wonderful. I don't have a
that
favorite
that
out of the three, but she's wonderful.
yeah, no, for me, she's my favorite. I've heard her. I've been a fan of her since she came out back. Oh man, when they were with Voltage. Yeah, just
Oh, I
precedes
remember
you.
that. Yeah.
That precedes you.
I'm
But
like,
anyway, I have Voltage records, and it precedes you. But I've been a fan of her since then. I've always liked her style. But like I said, those were they have their already their historia. They're
yeah.
some ya se despidió. So you got yourself as what do you call it? One of the forefront. If like I said, in my opinion, the best around your age group and your demographic. So I mean, yeah, it means you've done something good. And like I said, don't let those people get you down about the way you dress or the way or I need to
What
lose
color
weight or
your
some
hair is,
bullshit. My
it
hair ain't
doesn't
good.
even
Or
matter.
no, 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 no.
Yeah, dude.
Just get
No,
up
it
there and
was
sing. Get up there and
it's
sing.
been interesting. It's been
Uh-huh.
interesting to grow in this industry because
Oh
I
yeah,
started, obviously like in college. I started as a young kid.
of course.
Um and then ultimately, like as I'm getting older, people are kind of like, well, you haven't done this and you haven't done that and everything like that. Oh, shout out to Rosie Allison, everybody. I just want to give that, and
Oh yeah,
Heather.
shout out
Both
to
of them are
yeah,
amazing.
Rosie. Yes.
Um, but yeah, so I would get those things a lot. And as you know, it's and this is the only time I'm gonna disagree with you, Q, about it being different gender wise.
Go ahead, Monica. Let him have it. Let him have
So no, I'm kidding.
it.
um you have your favorite male artists that you've looked up to for years, like Jay and Ram and
Rodney
everybody,
Radke.
right? And so, but you see them wearing the same exact outfit every weekend or every, like, depending on where you are, right?
Oh
Or
yeah.
like, let's say from one city to the other, they're wearing the same exact shirt, pants with the chain, everything, right?
Mhm.
The moment you see a female wearing the same outfit, that's where we get called out like nothing, man. And I'm just like, are you gonna pay for my clothes? Are you gonna pay for the
No,
shoes? Are you gonna
yes.
pay for the jewelry? I don't think so. So, my mom gets on me a lot. She's probably gonna get on to me after this. But I'm just like
No, Mama, don't do that.
I'm
Don't
just
do that,
like,
Mama.
I'm gonna be like Tiffany Haddish, where she wears the same dress to many different, award shows and red carpets and everything like that. I am about having fun and
Yes.
also enjoying my band and enjoying what I can bring to the table, because that's me. I'm going to be the realest person out there. The person that you see on here is the same person that goes home and, you know, just hangs out with family or on stage. I try to be as transparent with myself and with my persona and with my on-stage persona as possible. And so that's like I said, that's the only time I'm going to disagree with you on gender roles there
I'm gonna say,
because
you know what?
So
I'm very proud. I'm very happy to meet you and hear this about you because, like I said, we see you, or I see you, you know, and I see you, and I know, I mean, I see you on videos and stuff. I don't know you personally. First time I get to conversate with you and to hear who you are, and I can see it in your eyes as I'm looking at you. This is who you are, and I'm sure Q will agree with me. I mean, what the person you're describing, that's the type of person I think everybody should be, just like that,
yeah,
just down to
So
earth.
that's what I was
Go
just
ahead,
gonna
Q.
say, man. It's very refreshing to hear. It's
Yes,
very refreshing to hear that. Hey, man, I am who I am, and you're gonna get what you're gonna get, and that
that's
you
right.
know, and there's nothing wrong with that. You know, everybody cada quien lo suyo, verdad? But
yeah,
no, I. It's funny that you said that. I guess I never really thought about it.
No,
The whole el vestuario,
no,
verdad? And I thought, but you know, I don't because I don't look at that. Like when
nope,
I see an artist, I don't really look at what
nope.
they're wearing like as the initial impression. You know what I mean? After
because
I've
you're
listened
the
to them,
artist too.
Yeah,
but
that's
after
right.
I've
You're
listened to
right.
them, yeah, yeah, I'm looking
That's
at it from a
right.
different perspective. Right, you're
That's
right.
right.
And so, but
Hmm.
after I've seen their performance several times and I've seen their show and I know what they have to offer musically, then I start looking at the little things. Like,
Yeah.
well, let's start looking at the stage. What does the stage look like? How is it set up? How is
Hmm.
it they presenting themselves? How are they presenting themselves as an artist? You know, and what do they look like before the show, after the show? How are they interacting with the crowd? All those different things. But that's not my initial impression. My initial interest is in, are they good or not? I
Are
mean, can
they
they
Yeah.
good?
sing?
That's right.
Are they relating the song? Is it can I relate to the song based on the way they're presenting the material to me? And
Exactly.
is
Yeah.
the band cohesive? Is everybody on the same page? How is it musically the musical production? What does that look like? What does that sound like? And how is it impacting the audience? That's the first thing I see. So it's hard for me to see it from that perspective, because I never really snapped and thought, well, you know,
No,
nobody gives anybody shit for, well, they wear the same thing to every
I
show
never
for
thought
three or
about
four
it
weeks in a
until
row. I
she said it
never
right there.
until
I
she said it,
never
and I'm like,
actually thought that
well,
And you
yeah,
know
anybody would
what's
actually
I
say
crazy?
that.
guess you're right.
You know what's crazy about the whole conversation is that the people that are in the audience are not thinking the way we do as
Yeah,
musicians.
exactly. That's
So
right.
they're not picking out, well, that guitar part is wrong, or the keyboardist didn't come in right when it's supposed.
That's
They're
right.
not doing that.
No,
You
no,
know,
No.
and it's
we've messed up plenty a cover, right? And
Oh,
I can
sure
say
have, dude.
that. I'm sorry, band, but I can say that where I've said the
everybody.
wrong lyrics or the part is wrong, and of course I'm gonna do the look around. My guys know, right? But it's because
We
I know the part. It's because I know what comes in at this
Yes,
part, right?
so
and I
Because
hope
that's
girls
what
have it.
we are.
we
We're
That's right.
practice
musicians,
we
but the
practice
audience, they don't think like we do.
we
So
practice that though, not making it obvious.
Yes.
It's
yeah,
because it's everybody's instinct. As soon as somebody messes up, to look at them, and whether it be an
Not
ugly look
you.
or just a smile and laugh or
No,
man,
not hey, on
whatever.
Friday.
We
I didn't do
uh-oh,
that.
we try
what
And
not
did
to
I
do that.
start?
Vitela, and Daniel were in the wrong keys, and you know I'm sitting in front of the stage like this. I'm singing it. I'm like, how did I stay on key? And these dudes, dude, well, you are not playing. You're playing little simple buttons, and you can't hear the accordion or the bajo and the bass. And like, these dudes are so far off. I don't know where they were on a different planet, bro. And I'm like, how the hell? When they finally came back in right before I'm getting in about a measure and a half before I get to the bridge, I mean for the chorus, I'm like, dude, how the hell did I stay on key?
And
Now I'm
you
thinking,
do it.
I
And
know.
you
Well,
do it
Monica,
because it's second nature.
no
Yeah.
shit. I'm gonna
Oh yeah.
ask you this because I know that you're a very consistent vocalist. I've watched several of your performances over the years, and I knew you're very consistent. Like you, if you hear the vocals here, don't think that this is studio work, okay, brother? Go watch your live. Go watch. Go watch your live. But let me ask you. Sometimes I can sing really good. Certain days, as you get older, you're gonna start to understand what I'm talking about.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, it's here. Your voice isn't the same always. You know what I mean? It becomes more inconsistent. So let me ask you, does it bother you first? And how do you navigate that when you're having like uh you're a little bit under the weather. You know what I mean? You're
Yeah.
not totally sick, but you can't do the things that you want with your voice when you know you're 100%. How does that affect your performance? I know how it affects me.
Oh, it brings me down. I'm not even, and like I said, my audience will know because I am very transparent. Like the people that went to go see me last night, for example, I will be as, you know, transparent as possible. Sometimes I slip up on my speaking, and I'm just like, I can't talk today. I'm so sorry, like, and I will be 100% honest with those people. But when I'm under the weather, it's even worse. So
Mhm.
I preface my performances with, hey, like,
Yes.
hey, how are y'all? First of all, I'm a little under the weather, but I'm gonna do as much as I can.
Very
I
good.
want to jam out with y'all. I want to dance with y'all. I want to sing with y'all. So y'all help me sing this song because I'm doing my best up here, and I know y'all are having a good time out there. And
Well,
so many people over the years, they're like, "Well, just take a tequila shot and you'll be fine." I'm like, I don't do that.
it
It
doesn't
don't work for
matter
me
Oh,
like
if
that.
you're sick or
It
you're
makes
doing
it
okay.
wait.
worse instead of
So
better.
I just watched an interview with Salomon Robles
Hmm.
regarding his care for his vocal cords and how he navigates that and manages that. And he was telling the guy that was interviewing, I don't know who it was. I saw it like on TikTok or something. And he was telling them that a lot of people que la tequila y el limón y que la miel. He says that it all he's gone to doctors and they said that's like the worst thing for you. It's like
Yeah.
putting sandpaper on your throat because what it's doing is numbing your vocal cords, and
Yep.
then you're using your vocal cords and and maybe overusing them, and you don't feel it because it's all numb, and you're
Yep.
damaging your cords. It does you
Because
more harm than
they
good,
eventually do this.
right?
They eventually rub together.
It was a lot of good information that he was disseminating to the audience that I wish more people took seriously, because I know a lot of people say it's tongue in cheek, no tequilita, whatever. Yeah, you're
Mm-mm.
just joking, or maybe you think it's real, but it's really not the answer. Water, he said, carbonated water, carbonated soda, just to kind of, for the bubbly effect, to kind of, if your
Yeah.
throat itches or where you got some scratchies or whatever. But basically just water. He says he does a lot of water, and that's
Water is good for it. I mean, there's certain teas that you can take, but depending on the performance and like what you need, right? So
yeah,
water's good, room temperature water,
yes.
honey, cinnamon is really good for inflammation. So I
Yeah.
I
usually
didn't
tell my
know that one.
students,
I didn't know
yeah,
that
Oh man, I'm
yeah.
telling you, there's a world of information out there that's beneficial to us, but we're so stuck in the way
We're stuck in the
we're so used
culture.
to it, right?
We're
Like
stuck
they
in
said,
the
no,
ways that
no, la
people,
tequila y la
traditions and
miel
everything.
You know what
y
I
un
do? When I get sick,
limoncito.
all I do is carry Vicks and put it on here and I
Pone
carry it
Es
under.
Vicks.
que te digo,
I'm not even put Vicks all down here. Hopefully that the smell of it will open up my nasal
Right.
passages
Just put it under
and
the nose and on the throat and in your
and put
socks.
it down here. And then I have a little hater on everywhere I go outside when the cold. Don't breathe because, dude, that's what I do, and I don't really like to take the honey or the trago and none of that bullshit. That not for me. But I wanted to ask you because, like I said, when you're as consistent as you are, I mean, I know that even as consistent as you are at singing, and I've seen your performances, I know you get sick. You know what I
Oh
mean? And
yeah.
I know,
And
and
it's
dude,
it's ugly too. It's the worst
yeah,
thing ever.
dude,
When I'm sick, I'm on my deathbed. So it's and it's dramatic like that, dude. And so
gotta
I'm
play, then you gotta
again,
perform. You know what I mean, dude? I hate it because I'm like, dude, I'm sucking big time, and I know there's
yeah.
nothing I can do about it. And I'm like, la gente se está, I mean, se está riendo de mí. That's what I feel. You know what I mean? Because I'm
Yeah.
shitting
That's all
sick.
in your head, man.
Yeah, well, I know that, but
We
still, I
do.
mean,
We get like that. We get like that. We're like, everybody hates me. Everybody hates me.
they're making fun of
It's
me.
going so bad. It's going so bad. I'll turn to my bassist. So Augie, shout out to Augie, or Victor. So Victor's our keyboard player, but also our music director. And I'll turn. There's a couple of times I'll turn to Victor. I'm like, I'm sucking so bad, dude. Like, can y'all play another song? Can y'all do something while I go to the corner and just cry? Like, like. Because I take it so personally, and my parents
Yes.
are even like, I'll get off the stage and they're like, "Man, that was so good." I'm like, "What? What?
Were you listening to
It
the
was
same thing?
good. It was terrible." Because
No,
again, they're
but
not
I like
seeing it
that.
from the way we are.
I like that because
That's
I'm the
funny.
same way. That's why my wife, she'll say, "Why do you have to videotape every goddamn performance?" And dude, I'll leave we'll put up our stuff or whatever. I'll be in the room at
Yep.
3:34 in the morning, 4:30 in the morning, and I'm watching the performance. And
It's
I see
like a soccer player or a football player just going over their runs, man.
what, yeah, what did I do? This step here, this step. I'm the same way. What did I do wrong? What did he do wrong? What am I listening? Was the energy good? What could I have done better to manage the situation? And that I believe all makes you better performer, and I like the fact that you take it that way because you'd be surprised. There's some people they get on there, ha ha, go home and not worry about it.
Mm-mm.
They don't care about it. You know what I mean? And you
I
should.
could never do that, man. I could never do that.
No, you should have seen me
No
after
way.
fanfare. I was already critiquing myself. And my band members, they were like, but it went well. I'm like, it
It
went
did.
great. But this is what I did wrong. So we our little tradition after we perform in San Antonio is go to Taco Palenque because we don't have one over here in Dallas, right?
Okay.
And
Aras.
some people they love it, some people they hate it. I'm the person that I'm just like, if they built one here, I'd be like 20 pounds heavier, you know? So we'll sit there, we'll sit there and we'll talk about it. And they're just like, well, what do you feel like happened? I'm like, well, this happened and this happened and this happened, you know? So
So
I'm exactly the same way because it's this is my baby. I'm
Right.
not
yeah.
at the age that I'm in right now, and I know I joke around and say that I'm old and everything like that. I'm about to be 32. By the grace of God, I will get there, right? And I've been doing this and in this industry since I was 18 or 19 years old. And so I'm not married. I got my college degree. I don't have any children besides my dog, ultimately.
What kind of dog?
Um, it's a Shorty Poo. So he's little. He's a little dog.
Alright.
But ultimately, this is my baby. This is my legacy. This is my life. And so I want to make sure that I'm leaving behind a good footprint of
Yes.
what that looked like for other people, and it would be amazing to have the same kind of legacy like Selena. That would be a wonderful, wonderful thing if it happens. If it never happened, okay. At least a few people really liked the way that we performed or liked the way that I've left some things. But this is the only thing that means so much to me besides my family. So I take it so seriously and so personally. And even my dad's like, okay, like, you're good. Like, it's okay. I'm like, no, I have so much work to do?
I like that. I like to hear that. I mean, you'd be surprised. I don't talk a lot with too many vocalists like yourself who it's Monica Saldivar, and it's your name, and that's who you are, and everything is about you, like a Jay Perez or a Ram Herrera. I've never
Yeah.
personally talked with them like you to see how they're wired, but I like to think, or an Elida or a Shelly. I've never spoken to them like this on this level, but I'd like to think that they've navigated their career exactly the way you
Oh,
you
yeah.
are, the way you're thinking. That's why they're so good. You know what I mean? That's why they've
Yeah.
carved out 30-year careers. Because if they didn't care like the way you're talking about it, I don't think they would have been around that long. You know what I'm saying? That's
Yeah, Shelly
why.
will tell you. She's very intense.
Oh yeah,
And
I
I love
bet.
her
I've
for
never
it.
met her, but I can
I
imagine.
She's wonderful. She
I
is so
joke.
wonderful to talk to, and she's a hustler. And, she's the reason why I became so I'm okay with who I am? And I think it took me like just like we talked about with growth. I wasn't like that at the beginning. I had to be this way and I had to look this way and I had to put my makeup a certain nowadays, as I got older and as I was started working with her, she's like, you're perfect the way that you are. You're good the way that you are. You don't have to be anybody else than who you are. If you ever talk to Shelly, she is a go-getter. She is a hustler. She was on top of her band. So I think that's kind of why I am the way that I am. And my band members will tell you I'm a hard ass. When it comes to when
It's
it comes
good.
to rehearsals. And then Elida, getting to know her on a personal level, now that she's retiring and she put everything into her performances too, and Stephanie too. They've all been really hard go-getters for the industry that, accepted them. And so how can you not want to follow in those footsteps? You know what I mean?
Of course.
Yeah,
No,
I joke with Anthony. I joke with Anthony all the time. I tell him, man, there's no way. What I love to do is produce music. That's my passion. That's what I really like to do. I like to create music, uh, and produce. And I don't know how to play all these instruments. I know how to play some of them, but certainly not the drums. But I know I can tell you what to do. I just can't do it. And
Right.
so
Yeah, me too.
I'm more of a producer at heart. That's what I love to do. That's my passion. But I'm a perfectionist. And if you
Yeah.
can't get it right, then I'm like, I don't need you. Give me somebody else. And
Fuera.
it's
No.
like, and don't get your feelings hurt. It's nothing against you. You just can't do it the way I want you to do it. So I'm gonna bring somebody else in. And so I guess that's where the disconnect, like that disconnect between me and some people. Some people will say, I can't work with that guy. But it's because I know what I want to hear. And if you can't do it, we're good friends, and you're an awesome musician, but you just can't do what I
Yeah.
want you to do. So I'm gonna move on to somebody else. And so,
Right.
but yeah, it's just who we are.
At the end of the day, it's nothing personal. It's all
Yeah.
professionalism. And if you get, I've had many people, and I love all the people that have been in the band and all the people that have come through. I love my band brothers. I have nothing against anybody, but in the industry over the years, I've had people where they got their feelings hurt when I told them a critique or I said something like, "Hey, like this needs to be played this way," or "I want to do this song," and they weren't willing to learn it. So I'm like, "Okay, well, bye." Like,
Bye.
It is
Well,
what
and
it
I
hey,
is.
don't mean it in like I don't mean it in kind of like a cocky way.
at the end
Yeah.
of no, it shouldn't. You shouldn't take it that way. It shouldn't be that way. You know why? Because at the end of the day, it's your name. You
Yeah,
know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's the way it should be. I mean, it would suck if it's your name out front and you're playing. You're a puppet. You're playing shit
yeah,
that you don't want to play, and you're doing it the way you
That's
don't
gonna
want to do it
reflect. That's
because
gonna
somebody else
reflect in
is
your
telling you.
performance. Yeah.
That's gotta
exactly.
be that.
Yeah.
That is an ugly feeling. It's like being a puppet. It really
Yeah.
is, and it shouldn't be that way. The artist yourself, Monica Saldivar, should be like that guy. What was that you first started with? The first single, Marco was
Oh,
it
with Mario.
Mario was his name. Mario, what did he say? Be you. Who are you?
Mm-hmm.
That's the way it should be. Monica Saldivar, this is who Monica Saldivar is. This is what I like to sing. This is what I like to sing it. It's the way it should be. And if people can get behind that, great. And if they can't, doesn't matter. You got to be you because, I mean,
Yeah.
you're the one getting up there and playing. I mean, you don't want to be singing shit that you don't want to sing the way you don't want to sing it. I mean, why even get up there and perform? You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's not gonna be the full performance, and
Exactly.
you're never gonna make 100% of the people happy.
Nope.
Not everybody's gonna be happy. I've gotten off stage before, and they were just like, "You should do some Lara Canales. Like, why don't you add like Elsa Garcia?" And I'm like, "They're great.
Yes.
They're the ladies that were pioneering the way. I have nothing against those women, and honestly, meeting Elsa was like, like wow, and I just met her." But I do things a little differently, and that's just how I am. If you come to one of my shows, Q, you're gonna see it where I do English and Spanish. I do
I've seen it.
English, but with some cumbia beats or some
I've seen it.
some accordion in it. It's not just gonna be simple and plain. And I do a little bit of everything, and that's what we like to do. We like to mix it up because we're not just one thing.
Well,
Before
that's
we get
awesome.
to
I'm
this
looking.
next,
I'm
oh,
looking
go
forward
ahead,
to
you.
hearing it. Hang on, because
Yes, go ahead, you.
I'm about to head out because it's 9 o'clock here, and
Ah, okay.
I've got a date with Bad Omens and Noah Sebastian over
He's
there.
like,
To go check it out,
it's
man.
time.
We'll go
I
check
already
out a
bought. I
badass
got
show
the
here in a little
tickets.
bit. But so, anyway, on that note, I'm looking forward to catching a performance. Hopefully, sometime soon here in the San Antonio area, or wherever, up to Austin or something. I don't know if you do any performances up in Austin, but we like hanging out in Austin too. So, but yeah, looking forward to catching one of your performances. It's been a pleasure meeting you, getting to know you,
Nice to
talking
meet
to you.
you.
Yeah, great conversation, man. I agree on a lot of
Yes.
things, so that's awesome, and it's very refreshing to hear that I'm not the only one who thinks this way. Because sometimes I think, man, I'm on an island out here. I don't think anybody else sees the music industry and performances and music production the way I do. But yeah, it sounds like
Yeah.
we got you share a lot of the same ideas and a lot of the same perspectives on a lot of these things. So looking forward to meeting you in person one day, and
Yes.
best of luck to you. And I really enjoyed the music we heard earlier. Anthony, I'm out,
Hey,
man.
Wacho, be
We'll be in
Enjoy
careful.
touch.
the concert.
Thank
Get
you
some
so much.
sleep.
I'm looking forward to it. I'm gonna go
Get
over
some
there and I'm
sleep
gonna
after the
have
concert.
yeah. Hopefully, I'm
You're
gonna
gonna be
stay out of
like,
the
yeah.
mosh pit, man. I'm too old for that, but
They
Cuídate,
just
Q.
don't
Nos
hurt
vemos.
don't get bruised up. Don't hurt your arm. Your
no,
accordion arm.
hey, it's too late for that. That ship sailed a long time ago.
Yes,
Okay.
cuídate,
All right,
güey.
we'll see you guys. Y'all take care.
Ahí te miro. Bye.
All right, bye.
All
Bye.
right, Monica. Before we get going, well, I'm gonna ask you. I mean, obviously, we've been talking about Shelly, and we're gonna
Hmm.
put this song. Talk to me about how did this come together. Was it your idea? Was it Shelly's idea, or did somebody put y'all together to do this? Talk to us about that.
So the idea came because number one, I have always been a big fan of this song. She would perform it over here in the Dallas area, and every time she would perform it, it was like, this is my favorite song. Now, she's got a lot of different music that's wonderful and fantastic, and I'm sure there's a lot of different people that love all the different music. But for me, this song spoke to me a lot. And, you know, she was getting ready to retire. We had already done Nada de Ti with Demi Garcia and Sonia de la Paz, so shout out to my other sisters. And I got the courage because I was nervous to ask. I didn't want to just, you know, do the song by myself. I did. I was like, it would mean the world to me. It would mean so much to me, not just for me to sing it, if you gave me permission to sing it, but I want to do it together. I didn't want to do it just, because, you know, we work together and everything like that. Like, I wanted to do it together with her. And so that's when it became a duet. And we got to do it at the Tejano Music Awards fanfare. We got to do it in Las Vegas. We got to do it in the West Texas Blowout. Like, we had so many opportunities to perform it. And then I also got to have it on my CD. So I was so happy and excited for this. Like, it meant the world to me to be able to do that.
I have a couple of artists. I'm the same way. I don't want to ask them, and they're. I mean, I'm a fan of theirs too, and
Oh,
I would
yeah.
love to be able to do a song with him. Dude, are you kidding me? I mean, I know exactly
Yeah.
what you're doing, and I'm like, should I send the message? Should I not send the message? And man, if it comes through, man, I mean, we're gonna hear it right now. I can only imagine what the feeling like you're saying it. I mean, you got to not just record it, got to perform it with her in so many good venues. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm quite
Oh,
sure
yeah.
that feels special, and I'm quite sure that in her place she feels special too. You know, being able to see the next generation seeing one of her songs perform with it, I imagine that's gotta feel special. So, let's go ahead and take a listen to it, and we'll talk a little bit more about it on the other side. Okay?
Aquí estoy, como decías, a tus pies como querías. Y es que te amo tanto, tanto, que no te puedo olvidar. Aquí me tienes de nuevo, implorándote caricias y gritándote te pido, no me vayas a dejar. Ya te pedí, vida mía, te rogué que me quisieras. ¿De qué otra forma te digo que no me dejes de amar?
and gentlemen, tune in Friday nights at 8 to the Puro Potente podcast on Tejano TV. You can view it by clicking the live podcast link in the Tejano TV app on Roku TV, on your cell phones, or on the Mas Chingon website. Don't miss an episode. Friday nights at 8. We'll see you in the Potente Studio.
Monica, congratulations. The song, I'm going to just go ahead and put a couple of them. Hadn't heard it. This Love It right here by Richard Lopez.
Well, thank
Uh,
you.
Rosemary says it's iconic. She's a big Potente fan, so she says it's iconic. And we got Alicia Alonso. This song performed by both of them is even more awesome. And of
Thank you so much.
course, Rosie says it's a great song.
Thank you, Rosie.
No,
Thank you so much.
dude, I thought that you sound like the young version of Shelly, and she's, her version of today. I thought it was a great. When I first heard it, I was like, man, it was awesome. And then to see the video, I said, it just like feels like a passing of the torch when I see that, and I'm glad that you got to experience that with her because I know it means quite a bit to you because I imagine she's one of your idols. So,
Oh,
said very
yeah.
good job.
Thank
I'm
you.
gonna I'm gonna ask you one more question before we go because I don't want to take up any more of your time. Thank you so much for coming on. It's been an absolute pleasure getting to know you and just chit chatting with you and just to see what kind of person you are. Like I said,
Yeah,
that's what I'm gonna take most out of this interview is what type of person you are. Genuine, like you said, the way you are here is the way you are with everybody. And I
absolutely.
can feel that you aren't bullshitting me. I see your eyes. You're
Yeah,
just
no,
genuine, and it means a lot. I really admire that in artists that they don't get a big head and well I'm so and so. You know what I mean? Walking around like, I mean like they can do no wrong. You know what I mean? We're just normal people. My son will tell me a lot of times. I'll be talking with somebody with about Tejano music or whatever, and my son will be like, "Why don't you ever tell them who you are?" What does that have to do with
that's
anything?
my dad.
Hey,
That
I'm
is
just
my
talking.
dad. Big time. And he will tell you, he will be like,
Do you know
so
who this
my
is?
daughter is this and she's
Monica
this
Saldivar.
and so I'm
Yes.
just like, and I smile because my dad is proud.
Proud,
And
of
I've
course.
always,
Yes.
at the end of the day, that's always what I've wanted is to make my
Yes.
family proud. Obviously, the last name, it's not, it doesn't come with a good connotation, right? So when I first came in, a lot of people were like, why don't you just change your last name? I was like, because I'm proud of being
Of
me and
course.
I'm proud of being
Right.
my dad's daughter. And
That's
so
right.
I like to think that, it gives some kind of pride back to my dad. And so that's why I
Yes.
just let him go. I'm just like, you know what? You go ahead and take it from here. I don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah,
You
you
go
be
ahead
the
and do it.
star for me.
You,
Exactly. Because I'm that way. I'm just a normal person. Yes, I understand. Oh, this is the guy that did this and was this. I said, no, man, no, no, no. I'm just like you. You know what I mean? I'm just a normal person. Want to chit chat with you. I want your friendship, genuine. That's more important
yeah,
than me going, oh, do you know who I am walking around? Do you know who I am? You should do this for me for free because you know who I am? I,
yeah,
I mean, I know there's people like that. I'm not one of them, and I like that you're a younger artist that has those same models. One of the last things I want to ask you before I let you go. You mentioned that you do a lot of genres, and I have seen some videos of you doing other stuff. Do you think that helps you when you're singing Tejano that you can draw from all of those other genres? Because I know it does for me. Because Tejano, if you just sing Tejano, you're capped. It's like this is what you hear, so this is what you can do. But once you can start growing and taking different patterns, singing patterns from other genres, and makes it so much easier to sing Tejano or conjunto. In your opinion,
yeah.
is does that
I
you feel
agree
that?
with you 100% because I think it takes a lot of different genres to be able to create in
Yep.
our category, in our genre. So Tejano music, it's not just one thing or the other. It's Tex-Mex. Tejano is
Yes.
Texas music, and I'm not going to limit that because there's a lot of people that are in Michigan and Milwaukee and,
Of course.
but they love Colorado. They love our music. They love Tejano music, but it comes from a Tex-Mex style. And what does that look like, right? Texans,
Right.
we're not just country, and Mexicans, we're not just mariachi and norteño. Like it comes
Right.
together. And so why would we omit jazz? Why would we omit country or blues or R&B? it takes a lot of different things to come into this mixing pot that we have as Tex-Mex artists. And so for me, I have always, from the very beginning, even before I started becoming, into the Tejano industry as I have, I've loved all different types of music and all different types of sounds, because eventually that creates into our own subcategory of music. And it helps the vocals grow, and it helps the guitar be able to do different things, and
Yes.
the bajo sexto and the keys. And you want to add a saxophone in there. We had a saxophone, shout out to Mike Sanchez, who was our saxophonist for many, many years. I love creating sounds that are going to be more than just the standards. And I think that's why some people, they have a hard time with my music sometimes, because it's a little bit more than just the standard
Of course.
chords or the standard, Tejano sound. But I love that sound too. I love the big band sound. I love,
The big band sound, I love it.
conjunto as well. So it's like I grew up with so many different cacophonies of sounds. Why would I omit them in the music that I'm creating?
Of course. I've always believed, me myself, the Tejano music, the Tejano period. I mean, I'm just Tejano. I mean, though, like a Ram, a Jay, what you do, Shelly, and that style. I believe that's the bridge to
Yep.
Mexican and country,
Yep.
the English, the bridging the Spanish and English, whatever version of Spanish or English that you want. I believe Tejano is what bridges that, and the way you think, make your sound,
Yep.
make your sound. You know what I mean? And I think Tejano is the bridge, and it gives you the opportunity. Whereas if you're conjunto or you're regional Mexican or something else, it doesn't necessarily, no se presta to be able to connect the two. But
Right.
I think Tejano does, because of the instrumentation, the big band sound that you can do. You also can get some conjunto sounds out of Tejano, not necessarily
Hmm.
total conjunto, but you can bridge that. Same thing with country. You can, through Tejano, you can bridge that to different ways, and it's all just Tejano. And
Yep.
it's sad that some bands don't do that and push that. So I commend you on that. Continue to do that. Don't back down and let people say, like you were saying earlier, why don't you play this song? Why don't you play that song, or so and so? No, do you, man? Like I said, you already have enough. You already have enough steam and enough power underneath you. Do what makes you happy and make this grow, so that one day, so we could be sitting here talking with somebody. You're the Shelly Lares, and somebody else is the Monica Saldivar. Okay, and they're looking up to you and your career. You know what I mean? And what a
Absolutely.
wonderful feeling that will be in the future. Monica, I want to thank you so much for taking the time to come on. It's been a pleasure getting to know you. Like Q said, I hope to meet you one day in person. I said I'm going to try to do
Yeah.
that. Even I don't. What day did you perform at Fanfare this year? It was Saturday, right?
It was Saturday, but I'm actually going to be in San Antonio pretty
Saw
soon.
that.
So I'll
I
be
saw it right
there. I
here. Hold
think,
on, let's see
yeah,
this. What is it?
there we go. There's
Fiesta,
the
Santana Stage Market, 425. That's Saturday. Where am I? I know. God damn it, I'm performing that goddamn day. I'm
but the
performing.
Chanclas y Cervezas, that's also in
There,
San Antonio as well. And then I
I
think
see
it's the
that.
weekend
Chancla y
before.
Cervezas. Yes, I do see that. On the 18th, I know one of those weekends I'm off. Quiera Dios, te voy a caer
Yeah,
one of those. And what do you
hopefully.
call it?
Just come on out.
And I love to take pictures. I got to meet Jessica Sachs.
Yes.
I was so happy. I'm like a little kid. I'm walking around at the gala. I saw Jessica Sachs, and I was like, man, I want to take a picture. But she was real busy, and I was already towards the end. I wanted to get out. My mom and my wife, they were hungry. So I said, let's go. I said, I'll catch her another day. And then lo and behold, when we were backstage, she was about to leave. I said, hey, can I take a picture with you? Yes. I tagged her
Oh,
and
that's
everything. Yes.
awesome.
I said, I love the way she dresses, her little boots and her hat and the colored hair. I
Yeah.
said, dude, I said, man, she was somewhere else. She had these red boots with strings. I said, man, badass boots. He says, thank you. I
Yeah.
said, I like that. No, Jennifer Pena, I like the way she puts the glitter outfits. And
Oh,
last
yeah.
when she had that pink, and I don't know,
Yeah,
at
and
the
in
Memorial
Vegas, I
Bash.
think.
No,
Oh, the
I like
Memorial
that one.
Bash
The
too.
Memorial
Yeah.
Bash. I liked her outfits. I like the women's badass because they can sparkle, and the people like
Yeah.
that. I said, you. Now I'm gonna flip it on you. The guys. That's why I wear some exotic outfits, but people were laughing at me when the women wear badass outfits. They don't. They're like, oh yeah, badass. But when a guy tries to wear something a little more out there, they're like,
No,
She's
hombre, I've
clown
seen some
wearing.
sparkles. Texas Latino were sparkling. Ah.
Yeah. Hey, no. Hey, the crazy pimps. I love the crazy pimps. The sequins. Aquel Eddie, he wears the hell out of all the sequins. But like I said, I like that. And like I said, I would love to be able to meet you in person and
Yeah,
definitely take pictures. I'm gonna tell my wife. I know one of those. I know one of those weekends we're not playing. One we are. We're not. And it's the 25th. We're off. We're playing 18th. You know where we're gonna be 18th? In Dallas. In Dallas. So I'll see you on the 25th. Get adios first and foremost, and it's gonna be a pleasure to meet you. And you said that your family's there. Your mom and dad all will
absolutely.
meet you. It would be a pleasure to meet them as well. Monica, thank you so much again. Hasta la
Thank
próxima.
you.
Nos vemos. Bye bye.
Bye.